What's up, folks? Happy New Year Day 2025. It's odd getting on and saying that, considering what the fuck's going on. Even though it's not a shock or, you know, we just, we don't ask how to stop the shit anymore. We ask, when's the next one coming? Have a presser lined up from Biden. Press conference from some law enforcement investigators down there in New Orleans. As you guys have probably all heard, I'm sure by now, at least 10 dead, 35 injured in a terrorist attack on Bourbon Street, New Orleans. So we're just gonna give you a little update on that, give you my thoughts on why this shit is, we're gonna see this stuff intensify as we go into January 6th, which is gonna be another, just a tough day, right? Not because, well, it sucks that will be the vote for Trump and Vance will be certified. I mean, that's what has to happen. But and honestly, there'll be some, as tough as it'll be extremely empowering to watch Harris certify that vote. Certify Trump's win, Vance's win, right? But then the inauguration coming on January 20th. But I think, when you just look at Trump's continued rhetoric, the rhetoric that has not stopped, and if you don't believe me, just look beside me. Just look beside me there. Those are American Trump supporters. Americans. They have been, people like Sin have been spewing shit that the Democrats, their administrations, and we as independent or Democrat voters, liberal voters, have been funding the terrorism against ourselves. When we have seen nothing but bullshit like coming from Trump, tearing down our institutions, our citizens, our foundation, our constitution, our laws. I welcome anyone to come and prove to me that hasn't happened. So he continues to wage war, economic war against our allies. What did I say the other night, you guys? It's just one steaming pile of shit after another, and you cannot, it's so hard to address yesterday's pile of shit when you have this new mountain of shit, right? So, like, fuck, of course the Trumpers didn't give a shit that he wasn't going to follow through on lowering prices. We knew it wasn't going to happen. Nothing he said in his campaign will he follow through with that, doesn't somehow benefit him, if it isn't worth him his political whatever political weight he has anymore. So his continued rhetoric against our allies, and now after backtracking or just kind of throwing his campaign promises aside, right? We don't even have time to fucking look at that shit anymore, because today we seen what I hope isn't. And so I want to make myself clear on that. The only people that love violence are the gun-humping Trumpers. Period. I'm a second rights guy. Second Amendment. It's Trumpers. It's the extreme right that are always looking to just go out and do incredible violence and damage. We've seen it over and over and over. And Trump's rhetoric, rather this terrorist attack today, was done by someone who had been radicalized by, extreme Islamic, rhetoric. He was an American, and he served in our military. And then you have an incoming president like Trump who does nothing but tear our military down, tears our institutions down, spews hate against every other nation in the world, and people wonder why this is happening, or want to somehow blame Democrats for funding terrorism. They have all the funding they need. All right. Let's listen to listen to President Biden's it's a real short presser that he did not too long ago.
The Secretary of Homeland Security, the head of the National Counterterrorism Center, and the intelligence community to work on this intensively until we have a full and complete information. And once we have that information, I will share that information as soon as we can confirm it. Additionally, we're tracking the explosion of a cyber truck outside the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Law enforcement and the intelligence community are investigating this as well, including whether there's any possible connection with the attack in New Orleans. Thus far, there's nothing to report on that score at this time. I've directed my team to make sure every resource is made available to federal, state, and local law enforcement to complete the investigation in New Orleans quickly and to make sure there's no remaining threat to the American people. And we'll support the people of New Orleans as they begin the hard work of healing. New Orleans is a place unlike any other place in the world. It's a city full of charm and joy. So many people around the world love New Orleans because of its history, its culture, and above all, its people. So I know, while this person committed a terrible assault on the city, the spirit of our New Orleans will never, never, never be defeated. It always will shine forth. We've seen that time and time again throughout its history, and I know we'll see it again in the days and weeks ahead. May God bless the people of New Orleans. May God bless our police and our first responders. May God protect our troops, and we'll keep you fully, contemporaneously informed. Thank you.
All right, there you go. So there is the presser just from not too long ago, 2 hours ago, maybe, something like that, from Biden on the attack there today in New Orleans. Let me say hi to some of you guys, or all of you. Gloria, what's up, sister? Laura, peace and love to you. It's like James is in the house. Jay is in the house. Jim Wedge is here, and Dave's here. So nobody can say Dave's not here. Appreciate you folks coming by. I know it's a harsh, maybe it's a bit of a, it's a pretty heavy claim, I think. The stream title. But I just went down a list of stuff that we've all heard 1,000 times from Trump. He has done absolutely nothing but tear America down, tear Americans down at every fucking level, right? Every turn. Every turn. And I say America because that is exactly it, because he is in America and the people that agree with him aren't America. The nuts that support him and know better, that are in his so-called inner circles. He incites violence against our poll workers. This is years in the running now, right? He incites violence against our poll workers. Little old ladies. Civil servants. Lady Ruby couldn't even vote when she was first old enough to. And she became a civil servant, and Trump and Rudy Giuliani and the Trumpers, the cocksuckers next to me, they applaud that. Files lawsuit after lawsuit and loses in these election claims. And it doesn't stop them from spreading disinformation, dangerous disinformation, inciting violence, promoting it, encouraging it. We've seen it at his rallies. Knock the hell out of them and I'll pay for your attorney fees. That's what Trump says. If you don't agree with him, he's got a whole bunch of fucking numbskulls to knock the shit out of you. Then, well, he won't cover your attorney fees, just so you know. Says we need to dismantle our Constitution and all laws pertaining to anything that goes against him. Again, he incites violence and attacks on judges and prosecutors and court staff and their families. Former congresswomen. Former Republican congresswomen. The number one lie of the year in 2024 was they're eating the dogs. And no one cares. I mean, we care. No one gives a shit. It's one steaming pile of shit after another, and this is what it does. It creates havoc in our country that none of us want. That's not what America does, is sit there and hate on everybody, including our waging economic war against our allies. I am a regular old fella. this isn't at all what we want. This isn't the direction at all. I don't see how. I just don't get the complete ignorance of so many people thinking isolating us, befriending tyrants and dictators who are just mass murdering people like Benjamin Netanyahu and Putin and Little Kim. We seen the extreme violence during the first Trump administration. We seen the complete uproar and division of our country because we had a fascist leader for the first time in, well, this is not going to be good. I'm not a doomsdayer. I'm being honest with you guys, and I know you absolutely get it. This is going to prove to be a pretty dark 4 years. If we are not able to seriously make changes as soon as possible in 2026 or after the elections in 2026, I don't know. You think about someone like this terrorist today serving our country. He was an American citizen. Served our country not just for 10 years. And then all of a sudden you have our president marginalizing anybody that isn't white and rich. If you ain't white, you ain't right. There's no excuse. Nobody makes excuses for insane, disgusting, unfathomable terrorist attacks like today. Why do we want our country to represent hate like that? On either, whether it's Trump's fucking rhetoric and terrorist attacks, the gun violence, why do we want that to represent us anymore? We don't. We don't. I don't know what to say, you guys. I do not know how. I mean, we're kind of in uncharted territory, right? Where we are about to have the worst president in our history come back into office. He is the most anti-American president in our history. His America First thing is a fucking smokescreen shit show. I mean, and I know you guys get this. It's Trump first is the policies and the thoughts in his head. You know, we've talked, some of us recently, about, let's hope that Trump just spends a shitload of time on the golf course, right, and is completely absent, which will probably be the case. I mean, maybe that's our best hope. I don't know. I mean, how much more I mean, Trump's not the last fascist. Some of these fellas are a little bit more sneaky about it. Not real sneaky, but you know. Nels, what's up, brother? No, James, you say whatever you want. I don't think we can afford to hold back, James. We need to be honest, but I don't think we're all adults here, and that's part of the problem is that we're dealing with a bunch of fucking adolescents. Right? We have to be I'm all about dropping the bullshit and being as we need to show and explain and continue to hammer down why this shit's happening. We've all seen Trump's rhetoric or heard it, seen him, and it's not just one or two occasions. But when you spend 10 years, when you're an American citizen and you spend 10 years of your life serving our country, and then you have the leader, supposed leader, incoming leader of this country, not just marginalizing you, calling you, basically subhuman, rapists, murderers. If you weren't white and weren't born here, you carry disease and you're ignorant and a criminal.
What's going on? They're ruining our country. And it's true. They're destroying the blood of our country. That's what they're doing. They're destroying our country.
Destroying over and over again. They are destroying the blood of our country. I've had the argument, and I don't mind having religious conversations because I find it very extremely interesting. And some of you guys know I have done a lot of reading. It's nothing but it's always going to be opinion and translation and debate, but most of these fools don't have no clue. But it's just trashing every aspect of our foundation. We were not, this country wasn't founded on Christianity. It was founded on freedom of religion. And there's a pretty big difference. A lot of folks don't want to see it that way because they're scared. The brown-skinned people, the yellow-skinned people, just like the natives, right? Redskins. Animals. As Trump continues to stoke violence, he's never stopped. Exactly. Jim Wedge says the blood of our country is not just a dog whistle, it's direct Nazi language. Exactly. It's 100% fascism.
what's going on. They're ruining our country. And it's true. They're destroying the blood of our country. That's what they're doing. They're destroying our country. They don't like it when I said that. And I never read Mein Kampf. They said, oh.
Yeah. What a fucking clown. Yeah, am I right? Is he a clown? The citrus czar? Yeah, of course. I don't get it. Well, yeah, exactly, James. And it's just that there's fucking ignorant people all over the place, and it's unexplained. I don't know. I don't have the ability to explain why people are so easily fooled. I don't. I maybe saying they're easily fooled isn't correct, but fooled for sure. And it's like, what kind of, I know there's fucking vulnerable people in society. And maybe that doesn't, maybe all the Trumpers don't fit into that vulnerable category. Maybe some of them are just right down, downright fucking racist, bigot, disgusting people. And they don't care. Maybe they're pissed off that they've had to keep all that shit to themselves in their homes for so long. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know what to think about Trump reading Mein Kampf or not. Obviously, it seems that it's been proven that he has a copy. It's been pretty important to him, but who the hell knows how much he actually reads and absorbs? I mean, it's all about whatever he thinks. I mean, I can't imagine if he read a few lines, then he'd be off on some fucking, yeah, this sounds like a good idea. Clowns do wear makeup. Yeah, he just needs a red rubber ball for the end of his nose and it'd be complete. Maybe a fucking rubber chicken to swing around wherever he goes. God, if that were just, why couldn't we just have, somebody that was just a complete fucking, like, fuck up party animal or something, Why do we have to have somebody that's seriously ready to change the world forever? And not in a good way. I just want to remind all you folks, if you get a chance, hit that thumbs up or down, share with those you love and those you don't. Subscribe and ring the all bell. We continue to grow slowly, but grow, so I appreciate that. Even I appreciate you folks hanging out watching, even if you don't want to get into chat and yap. Don't be frightened by the blue crew. We are here to get answers from anybody that supports Trump. Now, you tell us why anything he has said during his campaign and is backtracking on is okay with you. Tell us why since the election his insane idea of taking back Panama Canal, which, God, there's so much to go with it. Panama Canal is dying, so it's just a fucking crazy ass, Still trying to buy Greenland. What a joke. Threatening Mexico, our biggest trader in North America. Saying stupid shit about Canada, our best friend in North America. This is crazy. And my immediate neighbor, too, by the way. It's like Canadians already have to put up with me living next door. Do we gotta irritate people anymore? Jim says, please do not be afraid of collective genius of the chat. It's illusionary at best. That's right. We're making it up. Yeah, I'm bummed. Nelson Todd never came around. Was never able to get him to come back around, man. You know me, I don't hassle people very often, but I've hassled some of our longtime crew like Mighty and A-Bear to ask them to, I just, I never stop. I'll never stop giving folks a chance. But yeah, it's good to see that Todd's still in there battling. Man, do I look really orange, you guys? I do, don't I? What the fuck? What the hell's going on with my lighting? I don't move the shit anymore, so I don't know. It looks really on both monitors. Looks pretty orangey. That's all right. Chuds can't say I look pale anymore now, I guess. At least not tonight. I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa. Don't it feel good? Hey. Dave, what are you posting there? Laura, I seen you post some other stuff too.
What's going on? They're ruining our country.
What's going on? What's going on? Breaking: Australia has introduced a new bill that will limit the total spending on a party by billionaires like Elon Musk to just 20,000. This will ban billionaires from single-handedly buying elections. Yeah. We have a long ways to go on that shit, Dave. All right. Whatever. I'll look for it later. I had a couple stupid quotes of my own from the Chuds earlier. One of the Trumpers posted, Elon Musk and the Tesla team is investigating the terrorist attack in New Orleans. I'll keep you posted. Really? Cool. Elon Musk is on it, you guys. So now he's gonna totally fix our whole economy. I have no idea what the fuck he's doing for Trump. Just advising him on all kinds of stupid bullshit, I'm sure. And now he's gonna maybe he can appoint Elon head of the FBI. I don't know. I hope not. If you want to become a police state, which the Trumpers are always saying they don't, let's give someone like Elon Musk more power. Seriously, you want to become a police state or not? I was opening my Sapphire Farms lemon venom. That's what I got here, some lemon venom. We'll hold on to that for a second. Maybe we'll do it at the break. Oh, Laura says it's the blue shirt making you look on the orange scale. I didn't think about that. You know what a ding-dong artist I am. I can't believe I didn't, yeah. I'm always fucking fussing in my head about the fucking lights up here. If I should, one day when I have this shit totally groovy, then I'll go back and show you just what a fucking disaster the studio really is all around me. Yeah, I like it. I know I like black is more what I prefer, but yeah, I like that blue. It's pretty fucking sweet. Wasn't even a Christmas gift. It was just the kid from out on the East Coast brought a bunch of shit that he can't fit into anymore. He's gotten big. Like, he works out a lot. He's probably got at least an inch or two on me. So he's like 6'1", 6'2". Yeah, and he's fucking pretty thick, fella. So I got some groovy hoodies. One I should have brought up. Christina opens the box and she starts looking. I'm like, she holds up his nice ass Ravens hoodie, right? It's like, Brandon, I'm like, I can't wear a fucking Ravens hoodie. What are you talking about? Lemon venom. Say that 3 times fast. Yeah, Sapphire Farms, lemon venom. I think the other one was garlic cookies. I'm like, I'm not smoke. Why do I want to smoke something that tastes like garlic? It's like, I don't even really want to smoke something that tastes like lemon, but I don't mind the fruity shit. I just prefer my dope to taste like nasty, rank skunks. You know, a nice smell. Jim says, not that I'd say anything, but you lost to a team with nothing but pride on the line. That's right. Jim, you know what they say. Next year. Right, James? Next year, baby. I could bust out some San Francisco 49er graphics. God damn it. Maybe. Well, anyways. I know I have some beautiful still shots of 49er one-handed grabs and all that stuff. I can't remember the guy's name, so I'll shut up. No, Angela, you may not. Angela, do you play the Vikings? Is it? I don't even know what's going on. You play the Vikings? Is it's regular season all over now? I know I'm embarrassing myself. Angela, welcome back, sister. Yeah, Vikings. It is. So I was remembered right. My brain is mush lately. Yeah, Vikings Lions Sunday. Maybe I'll cheer for the Vikings, Angela. I told Mrs. V, I'm like, I'm not fucking rooting for the Lions until if they make it to the Super Bowl, I'll cheer for them and they can disappoint me. I'm down with that. I'm sick of cheering for the Chiefs. I'm not hating on the Chiefs. I just can't cheer for them this year. Who knows? Maybe the Chiefs won't make it any given Sunday, right? Get the fuck out of here. Angela says if the Vikings win, they have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. I didn't realize they were yeah, because the Eagles are up there too, right? I think I was talking, the Eagles and the Cowboys just played, I want to say. And Mrs. V is a Cowboys fan, so I was trying to ask her about it, but she doesn't keep up all that well on all the different team stats or their records. So, wow. Well, the Vikings are on fire then too, aren't they? Oh, so Angela, I'm guessing that if the Vikings win, they'll be tied. Their records will be tied with the Lions, and they probably already beat them once. Did the boy? Yeah, did they? Even though they're out too, I believe, right? The Cowboys. Yep, Vikings, Lions on the weekend. Oh, yeah, that's right. They are same division, too. So Jim says that'll be for the NFC North Division title. Yeah, they'll be tied with the Lions. Yeah, I know, Jim. Trust me. Can you imagine, dude? And we always seem to play the Cowboys. The Niners always seem to play the Cowboys at least once a year. And then we met them in the playoffs. I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago. I think it might have been 2 years ago. So that was a tough one too. And we won that. The Niners won that one. So. Oh, yeah. Number 1 NFC seed. Yeah. James says, I've had time for the Vikings in recent years. Looked like the real deal so many times in the regular season and playoffs is the problem. Well, regardless, this is still going to be a challenge for the Lions because they don't have a ton of playoff experience. with this team, right? I think last year was pretty much the gist of it for this, for the majority of the squad they have. Darnold is Darnold. James says him and Mrs. V haven't had a chance to yak about the whole Cowboys fucking fandom thing. I was being good to her though, James. I told her we need to deck out both sides because we have a small bar in the living room. We need to deck out both sides of it, right behind it, with some Niners and Cowboys mirrors and some other shizzle dizzle stuff. Man, it's weird how, I don't know about you guys. I know Angela, maybe she's got taken some time off. I don't know about you guys. I think James is off this week actually. Jim is retired. I know Nelson and Jay would be around here and there just at about any time. Dave Oz, he be sitting at his desk working or not. So I don't know, it's just a weird, I don't have any, I woke up to snow this morning, which, seriously, like, we had decent weather and it got cold overnight and only like an inch and a half of snow or something, but we went from like 40s this last 7-10 days at least, and some rain, but to it's now 28 degrees, and like I said, the ground's got a light blanket of snow, and it's not going to get, not only is it 28 degrees, we're not going to get above freezing for at least a week. Not during the day. The nights aren't going to be super cold, but it's going to get down to 20, 19 degrees. I know you guys love hearing about this shit, but that's the way it is. I got to have somebody to fucking cry to about the weather. I just need to being this far north ain't so bad. If I was closer to the ocean, like Laura, even though she gets a little shitty weather. Hey, I'm going to do a BRB, you guys, and like I said, it's fucking weird. It just feels like a long, super ass long weekend. And so I don't know what you guys are all up to, but I'm going to come back and yap for a little while longer. So if you're here, I'll see you. If you're not, I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you soon, all right? But I will be right back. And I'm back. So this is fucking new cycle phase begins, right? So much to do. So much to do. There's going to be a lot too much, unfortunately, to focus on. Here in our own country, but it's also, it's going to be a challenge for our allies, right? I mean, it sucks. It's not. We have a long ways to go as a society, I guess, is what I'm thinking. So anyways, Happy New Year to you guys. I was a good Troy last night, and I had one drink, like, early in the afternoon, 4-ish or something. And I was exhausted. I had streamed the night before, right? And then 2 nights before that with the crazy, obnoxious music stream, and then all the family gatherings. I guess I just felt exhausted. Plus, I think I did something to my neck running my chainsaw the other day. I mean, it's just stiff and sore, and it's impossible to do anything when I get like that, because I'm afraid I'm going to totally put myself out of commission if I do anything stupid. Yeah, I don't know where to begin with. We have a lot of work to do. I keep looking at all we can do is fight like hell for 2026. And whatever, just hope that our institutions hold up against any of the fascist bullshit, anti-constitutional stuff that Trump wants to do. So, again, I don't know what the best scenario would be. None of them are good. But maybe Trump will be on the golf course a lot, and the Trumpers don't want Vance, right? So we can, unless somehow he, is able to win them over sometime during, the next year or two, I don't see how he does, you know what I mean? But we can't wait until 2028 to take back start making whatever changes. We have to have the Senate and the Congress, and I've already flapped my gums about if we did, there could be a third. I said there would be a third impeachment, and I may not be wrong about that. I guess I can't. I have no way of saying that 100% right, that's just going to happen. But taking back the Senate and the House would be a huge, huge improvement and a huge barrier or guardrail against, any nonsense Trump legislation. Yeah, Jim says just call bullshit when you hear it. Trump is a danger, and he's also an idiot. Yeah, and I think the latter, or the former, explains the latter, right? He's a fucking idiot, and that makes him dangerous. I mean, for Christ's sake, the dude has, what, he outed like our longest serving CIA agent, right? Like, what the hell? You know, I mean, the steaming piles of shit are large and plentiful. He, you know, just totally leaving America in awe, our intelligence community in awe, just dumbfounded when he said on stage with Putin he didn't see any reason why Putin would lie to him. Come on, I don't pretend to be a doctor or psychologist, but doesn't Trump come pretty close to fitting the narcissist bill, right? Sociopath, narcissist. Yeah, Angela says that they'd be better off with Vance than Elon. Well, I don't disagree with that. I mean, Elon, if he has any influence at all, I mean, there is no doubt he is someone that would be all about a police state. But I don't really see, Vance and his tech bros, Peter Thiel and the gang, they're, and I don't know how much those folks, I need to look into that more, like, what kind of relationship or interaction has, gosh darn it, I lost my pen. I did. I lost my pen somewhere. Oh, well. I have a handy dandy drawing pencil here. Yeah, I wonder what, kind of interaction Musk and Thiel and Vance have had over the years. The tech bros. To Elon, well, it just like another kind of added, just one more, turd on the pile is that Musk is, talking about making the government more efficient and doing away with bullshit. And it's like, this motherfucker has 100+ government contracts totaling over $3 billion. $3 billion. And I'm not saying, I've said it before, I don't know how much of a genius Musk is outside of he put smart people in place around him, which I don't fault him for that at all. I think that's brilliant. But he needs to focus on, the private sector or whatever, doing his business, improving things in a way that for society and allowing the American people to legislate and regulate and decide what is good for us, not him. Yeah, Angela nails it. Musk has a complete conflict of interest when it comes to, and I'll just elaborate on her comment, comes to his being an advisor to Trump. in more ways than one, too, Angela, not just the contracts, and I'm sure you realize this, social media regulations and legislation, right? Like there's some things that Trump can do to tip the scales for him, for True Social and for Twitter without Congress. And that's, but there's again, even like, the bigger fucking liberal media out there doesn't bring that shit up. I haven't seen it. And so that's a whole nother issue with, especially, the fucking money-making aspect of it, right? Trump can literally tip the scales in favor of Twitter and True Social. And, of course, who are the biggest stockholders in those two companies? Yeah, plus the fact he's a security risk, right? There's so many layers to it and issues or concerns with having someone like Musk involved in, our executive branch decision making, influencing literally in, having the president or being in each other's pockets, whatever it is. Yeah, I've heard a lot from Vance myself. I don't need to read his book. I've heard interview after interview after interview, not sound bites, whole interviews going back years. I want to always make sure I am absolutely clear in understanding what people are about. And I think you should take them at their word, especially when they have their guard down. So, yeah, I've seen Vance say we should, in the quote, attack American liberal universities with every letter of the law. Liberal Dan is live. Let me, I got to keep promoting these folks whenever I have a chance, so bear with me a second. I just want to grab the link for you guys and give them a shout and say hi. All right, there we go. Should we listen to Liberal Dan a second?
Impeccable living. I figured. So, Happy New Year, TV2 Live. Appreciate you. As always, thank you for showing the link in your chat. I believe you're one of the many links I have over on liberaldan.com, friends of the show. I've posted a bunch of links to friends of the show up there, people who I think you should always all be supporting, subscribing to, etc. So that's the one easy way to get there. We'll get a link up there as soon as possible.
So just real quick, for those of you who don't know, Liberal Dan is in New Orleans. It's where he's lived, and I believe native. New Orleans. And he does a radio show from there too, a local radio show and stuff. So I'll definitely be checking out later what what his take is on the tragic accident or terrorist attack down there in New Orleans today. And it's like that I don't know, I feel like something happened like that down there not too long ago too, right? I can't recall though. I might have to look that up. Laura asks why they can't cut off his contracts. Well, I don't pretend to know how all that stuff works, Laura, but I'm assuming it's all voted on. It has to be approved by a committee at a minimum, right? Budget committee. It has to be part of whatever budget package gets approved, right? But with a Republican, the Republicans have the House now for 19 more days. They'll have the House and the Senate here shortly, and the White House. So, those contracts aren't going to be reviewed anytime soon. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, that's interesting too. But we know who are going to lose in these battles. Like James and Angela talk about Bannon there and Musk, and then you think about Laura Loomer and the shenanigans with all that. It's like we know who's going to lose or who's going to be left on the outside of those kinds of battles. Trump doesn't give a flying fuck about Bannon or Loomer. I mean, neither one of them have money. You know what I'm saying? They're both pretty kooky, though. It's not like I wouldn't be surprised to see Loomer and Bannon team up for some conspiracy crazy fucking podcast bullshit. Yeah, right. Jim says they'll only have the House by 2 or 3 seats, and that is true. Their margin of their majority is slimmer now than it was, right? So this was a really deflating election outcome, but. Outside of Trump winning, there was still it's clear that there's a whole lot of America that is not down with this Trump bullshit. Dave's still on his New Year's Eve kick. Bannon has money and he can steal as much as Trump will pardon him for again. Well, he's not filthy rich though, right? Like, he doesn't have the money to fucking to do anything for Trump, right? Like Musk does, being able to just throw $100 million around. See, now if I got good at this shit, I would already have this up on the screen for you guys while I'm typing it, but about $20 million. Steve Bannon's net worth is about $20 million. I don't know how much we can add to that for stuff that for offshore accounts or whatever, wherever he may be hiding, or if he's invested into heroin trafficking or anything like that. Who knows? I'm just saying. We don't know that he isn't making money somewhere else. Bill, what's up, my brother? Happy New Year. Yeah, James says that Bannon and Loomer will be going on the Gates show on OAN. Is Gates really becoming a fucking talking head on OAN? That's just hilarious. I'm gonna have to. I am gonna have to watch some of that. When does that shit start, James? Do you know? It's tough doing this shit because you watch, if you trying to watch people like that, because I think Gates probably has some sort of fucking podcast of his own, or Marjorie Taylor Greene, any of these quacks, right? It's like, fuck, sit there and watch an hour podcast of this kook, an hour podcast of that kook. Try to keep up on news. You miss a lot. Bill says in 18 months campaigning will start for midterms. That's what I'm thinking next summer, Bill. Not this coming, I'm thinking spring of 2026. So, yeah, I get, that's close to your 18 months, right? I'm thinking about a year from now, right? Just a little over a year from now, campaigning will start for 2026. This is why Donald's first 100 days is what everyone's talking about. Hopefully they'll still be at the starting gate. Yeah. Well, we know that it's going to be slow. Like they're completely unorganized fucking baboons, right? We know that it's going to be chaos. So, yes, that'll probably slow down the fucking pain, right? Jim says no, but he can get the base to send right. That's true. Bannon has that. He has that platform, right? They can't buy any more Bibles, and the sneakers suck. Maybe some Bible sneakers. Sneakers with some scripture on them. And just says they said after the first of the year. But with all the dirt that came out in the ethics report, who knows if they'll keep them on the Gates show, right on. Well, yeah. I mean, not like OAN is, what's the word I'm looking for, Angela? Like they have a real solid truth-based platform there, but no, I know what you're saying. Maybe they won't. I can't believe it would. I don't know. Maybe I don't know how big OAN is. I would think that even a fucking disgusting shit sack like Gates would, because of his name, he would, and just him being, controversial. Maybe it'd still boost their ratings. Vegas says Marjorie Taylor Greene will be the first guest on Gates OAN show, assuming that's not surprising, right? And he'll probably have his buddy Blobert on there. Blobert. The Israeli space lasers don't take it off here. See, there probably won't be much of that shit now that Trump's going to be back in office. Like there may not be a bunch unless Trump's, we're going to see that he's going to struggle getting. Let's hope that let's hope the Republicans in Congress and the Senate aren't going to encourage him to invade Panama or whatever, or any fucking stupid shit like that. Let's hope that they refuse the tariffs. I mean, thinking about all of you, and do I give a shit if the Trumpers suffer? No, but I won't wish it on them. And we're all in this fucking boat paddling up shit creek together anyways, right? Seriously. Sitting right next to fucking Trumpers on this one, you guys. Is all I know is if Canada becomes our 51st state, that means I can just move around freely, right? I won't need a visa or a sponsor if I go to Canada because of my pot charge, my pot convictions. Jim says if you invade Canada TV, I'll send my address and stock up on craft beers. Hell yeah, brother. You know it. Yeah. Now, see, I've said before, I can't imagine the temptation to sit there and go against your country like so many of these Republicans have, right? But I guess if I have an endless cooler full of Molson Canadian, I might be able to be persuaded to flip sides. I don't know. Just don't tell Laura because that's where I want to go, is her house. I mean, I live in Michigan. Trump hates everything about Michigan. It's not going to be good for us. He hates everything about the Midwest. Jim says a pot conviction gives you credit up there. Just send a buddy up there and bring it back, right? I know, but I want to go camp out at Laura's house if I go to Canada, even though she's way on the other side of the spectrum. James says Trump's intentions to change the Rocky Mountaineer to warp speed tourism. Look before you miss it. God, what did somebody send me or just suggested it or something? If Trump's head was to be put on Mount Rushmore, the rest of the presidents would get up and walk away. Well, we'd probably need the extra room to get his head on there anyways, right? Holy balls, B. What the fuck were you doing? Felony cannabis conviction? Mine were only misdemeanor. I just had possession. I could have had manufacturing because it was 2 plants, but they weren't even smokable. So the detective actually went to bat for me. It was pretty crazy. He went to bat for me in a sense. Laura says, but I have to do the chores. I'm all right with that. I cook. I've been known to run a vacuum and wash a pan. I am the laundry king. Yeah. No, it's all good, B. I wouldn't want to, oh, your weight amount. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I didn't want I wasn't going to encourage you to be any more detailed than you want to be. I mean, I've shared my shortcomings here. It's nothing that not a big deal, but yeah, that sucks. I mean, I've never stressed about. There was never a point where I said, you know what, I could probably get the shit removed, and it's not on public record anymore, anyways, because it'd been so long ago. But yeah, I mean, can legally grow dope now, and here I have a couple misdemeanors. Mac, what's up, brother? I said hi to you in the White House chat earlier, but I was back out right after that, so. What do you got? What are you posting, Laura? Is that a video? Oh yeah. Oh, it's 20. I seen Bruce posted that, and I clicked on it, so I had it in my history, but I haven't watched it yet. Angela says, Dave, do they not only drop a ball in New York City, they dump 3,000 pounds of confetti, so there's that. Right. I'm an ass. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit of a dick, because I've mentioned to you guys before, it's like, I sit here surrounded by a bunch of fucking electricity sucking equipment. It's not like it's constantly, but when I'm streaming it is, or when I'm jamming out it is. And I look at New York City and Las Vegas, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why, man? Why all this fucking... I'm not moving along with society speed very well in some ways, you guys. Seriously, pretty soon people are going to be like, what do you want to do, TV? Go back to riding a horse, you dumb fuck? Maybe. I don't know. Can I get everything done without getting saddle sores? Will a horse produce electricity for me? Yeah, Angela says the U.S. needs to learn from Europe on how to celebrate. We're spoiled, Angela, and I try not to get honest about that too much, right? But we need, I mean, for fuck's sake, I am not the most advanced thinker in the world. I just don't feel like that. I feel like I share a lot of the same thoughts and ideas that most common sense folks do, and it's like, we are so well off right now and so advanced in our technology and how much quicker that's going to go every day. Why aren't we just fucking resolving future issue after future issue? It just... Isn't money an illusion? Now I'm going to sound like a Trumper, ain't I? Seriously. Where does it come from? It comes from fucking processing natural resources, and that's it. 100% of the wealth that's created that even we make ourselves, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. I don't get it. I don't get it. The thing is that people say, and I'm not promoting socialism, but the idea, the euphoric idea of it, right? the utopian idea of socialism, that everybody has everything they need and plenty of it, right? That's what it is. Not that it's just everyone is equal. It's that everyone has what they desire in life. And that makes it equal in my eyes. And again, not promoting socialism, but why is it so hard to understand that that would be the ultimate goal? That, and yeah, I understand that that takes everybody giving, or, you know, giving some sort of effort, whether you're working or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't understand it. Every day people die with millions of dollars in the bank or not a damn dime in their pocket, and it just all comes from Mother Earth, right? I know it probably sounds really hippie-ish now, like a fucking bleeding heart tree hugger who's stoned on acid or something, but I'm serious. And yeah, I say that and go, well, I don't ever want to have to give up my electric guitar. I don't want to have to ever give up having the opportunity to chat with you guys in this way, or just hang out and communicate with people from all over. This is the greatest thing. But at what expense, right? If we're not able to maintain this in a way that we can have hundreds and hundreds more years and decades and centuries of humanity, you know, I don't know. Somebody has to start making the tough ones. The tough decisions. Because too, you know, you guys know that I'm not necessarily about just taxing the fuck out of the wealthy, right? Like, I'm not opposed to them being taxed quite heavily. I don't know. I'm only one person. I think it has to be a consensus, and there has to be a debating and consensus about what is fair, right? And you can look at that on all kinds of other issues too, right? Like minimum wage. How much does it? And I've shared with you guys the Harvard University lectures, what's the right thing to do. It's like, how much do these people like Musk owe some more of their success than they're given credit to their, like I mentioned earlier, the incredibly smart people that someone like Musk surrounds him with, right? A CEO up in the fucking office of some huge, you know, Ford, for instance, right? And I'm not saying that these laborers aren't being paid enough. I'm saying, are we getting that right? Because it doesn't seem like it. And I'm not opposed to folks working their ass off and having brilliant ideas, whether it's their own and they putting shit together with their very own two hands, or if they're putting smart people around them and paying them whatever they, you know, are in agreement to. And it's just, it's not like it isn't obvious that the margin, the daylight between upper management in the 60s and my, you know, well, I was born in 1970, but let's go from there. The distance between upper management in 1970 was 4, 5, 6, 7 times more than the hourly worker. It's hundreds of times more now in many more, you know, industries. And yeah, all that shit has happened legally for the most part, according to our laws, right? According to our capitalist society. All right, James, be good, my brother. Max says, try explaining anything to a Trumper. I have, Mac. I've wasted so many. I've seriously, in the fucking Chud chat the other day, I'm like, you know what? You guys, speaking to the Trumpers, I'm like, you guys may be right. Maybe I do have some sort of mental issue. I mean, for fuck's sake, what do I think I'm doing here some days, you know? I don't get off on fucking art. It's fun to fucking poke fun at the fucking blissfully ignorant. Not poking fun at people who aren't capable of knowing what's right and wrong. These people are more than capable. They choose to be shitty. The Sistine Chapel. James is going to paint? Oh, probably paint his house or something, right? Is he? I missed some comments. I know I did because I was running my gob. Yeah, Jim says, how do you place a value on intellectual property? You pull a number out of your ass and then write it down on a piece of paper. James is lucky he's never put a picture up of himself on his profile, on his avatar. Because I'd have him in a fucking beret and a fucking easel in his hand and a paintbrush in 2 seconds. Dis, welcome back, sister. Dis says Brills is still around. Yeah, I guess I'd throw that shit up. I've thrown it up a couple times lately. I try not. I mean, you guys know I haven't. I don't think I've even commented on anything that's gone on next to me today or tonight. But yeah, brilliant truthers in there. I usually, right before I start the stream, will go over there and post the title. Purely because it fucking gets under their skin. Yes, is that shallow of me? Of course it is. I have other deep areas, so it all averages out. Yeah, Laura says, diseases we survived till 2025. Yay. Holy. Do you see what I mean? You guys can tell me to shut the fuck up anytime if, like, it just gets too me being redundant, but it's so many piles of crap. It's like, which one do you start cleaning up? How do you start cleaning it up? Yeah, RFK Jr., ready to bring back polio, and holy. Kash Patel, who wants to hunt down any liberal voters. I don't know. Like Hegseth, that whole crazy ass suggestion of an appointment. He's probably just thinking, man, I'm going to be able to party. Like, I don't even know that he would be looking to do any damage. I mean, he might, I guess, if he was conscious enough, often enough, he might get some sort of power trip thinking he has the military under his control or can somehow direct him to do shit. What a crazy time. Just says time to turn that crazy Chud stream off. No, I know it sucks, Dis, but we're going to hammer home the insanity. I don't know what out. There's no other way to handle it but work within our Constitution and this do not let up on reminding people every day how bad these people are. Putin says Musk has been residing in one of the Mar-a-Lago bungalows since election. Easy access. Yep. Well, that was the first tonight. That was the first time tonight that I started reading anything that they were saying over there. I'm serious. Since I've been live. Yeah, otherwise I mean the stream hasn't at all been about me just sitting there quoting those guys. Yeah, just I think it's important to show to the folks that think that it's okay that they just support Trump's policies and they don't like him as a person necessarily, or don't really approve of the things he says. It's like that's not the issue. It's these people. Because there's a lot of them. And the only way we fix this is by coming together and whatever majority we can muster within our laws, within our Constitution. But we have to be aware. Everybody has to be aware of just how nuts these people are. And everybody isn't aware of what a lot of these folks are saying. I mean, it's a small stream. Jim says, Kash Patel looks like the danger of inbreeding and homeschooling combined. Yeah, Laura says there's always some good Team Sanity members in there dropping good shit too. Yeah, it is absolutely insane. It's trust me, there's a lot of stuff, like 95% of it I let go. I mean, it's a fucking, it's a gold mine of fucking dumbass shit, right? I check this out, you guys. I think Ragey was saying that he thinks Mighty is my son. Oh my God. I swear to God. He wasn't fucking just fucking with me. He fucking went on and on. I told you, King Tide. I told you guys. Oh, man. Him and Mighty sound too much alike. It's not TV running the Mighty count. It's his kid. Oh, my God. That's too much. You know what? I hope them fuckers realize whenever they make us laugh like that, Angela, they're extending our life. So there's another good reason. Yeah, they did put. This is right. They did dox me, and I mean, my name has never been a mystery here on YouTube, right? But they did put out a little bit more information than just my name. And I don't, trust me, that pisses me off. But it showed what completely ignorant You know, I guess outside of their vote, harmless fools they are. Yeah, I know. I know you guys. Des, Laura, I totally understand. Even Angela can't stand spending time there anymore. I don't blame any of you for not. Like I said, maybe I have some sort of sickness. I don't know. I'm driven. I'm not happy, right? I don't know what else to do. This is a safe, healthy release, I guess. But Jim says Mighty is older than TV. I think he's actually just a couple years younger than me. And I forgot to tell him, Jim, that you said hi, because I did see him on New Year's Eve over there for a minute. And I have to remember to tell him that you said hi. And Des, I love you, sister. You know, the last thing I want to do is irritate any of our family here, right? But you know the last thing I'm going to ever do is not be honest with you about how I feel, whether it's good or not, right? Like, I understand. I have honestly not been over there chatting near as much the last since, well, because it was really busy for the campaigns, right, and the election, and so it. But yeah, I do still get over there for a minute. They can't. I won't be. I won't be intimidated. Just says I'm an addict. I am, probably. Yeah, well, you know what? I am. And I don't think that, like I said, I don't pretend that it's the most healthiest thing in the world, but I have to have some sort of. Maybe I promise you I'll keep working on myself, Des, because, yeah, it's not that. I mean, you guys have seen me many times admit that I was wrong about something or have to correct something that I said on a previous stream or just apologize for being such a shithead with my mouth about something sensitive, you know. Yeah, it's probably not. So I don't feel like it's like I got to prove that I'm right to these pricks. It's that I got to show what I I don't know. It's a pastime. Show the ignorant side of America. Yeah, Jim says tell them to come. Sons of bitches come here and chat. I'm not sticking a toe in that cesspool. Yeah, well, I agree, Des. They are shit. It is pretty disgusting. I mean, like I said, I've run my mouth about stuff, or I've been cut as deep as I can on some of the motherfuckers, but yeah, they just say complete, vile, disgusting lies to do nothing but create chaos. Yeah, Angela says, Jim, they all know how to get here, but they are too chicken shit because they don't have facts to back up their BS. And we don't put up with a lot of crap here, but, you know, there's been plenty of times, you know, we've said, look, let's let this person see what they have, right? And they know. Like Bully was in the news stream or the presser stream that I had up earlier, right? But all he did was come in and say Biden is fucking responsible for this terrorist act. So how can I let that shit sit, right? That's just to Angela's point. They do not want to come in here. There's no. Every once in a while, you would find somebody from the right that at least would try and talk sense, even though it was pretty extreme right views, right? Where they just wouldn't go to town necessarily defending Trump's stupidity or anything like that. But yeah, you can't even get those folks here. I won't give up. It's going to be a busy time for the next while now, right? Laura says it's a habit, not an addiction. It's like going to pub and having to deal with the loudmouth drunks if you want to have a fight with your pals. Kind of. Yeah, I like that, Laura, because, right, I definitely go there just as much and hopefully more so, right, to see the people that I like to sit and chat with. Yeah, call bullshit when you hear it. All right, you guys. It is New Year's Day night. Like I said, I was actually just... New Year's Eves have been pretty mellow. I don't know if it was last year or year before I was sick. I think I've streamed every year the last couple of years on New Year's Eve, but I didn't this year because I was fucking spent yesterday. So it feels like a weekend. And it was fun to be feeling good and wound up and be able to see how everybody else was doing today. Sucks, for lack of better fucking words, you know, the attack there in New Orleans today. Just what a way to start the year. And what do we do, you know? We have to keep moving on, and it's disgusting that it keeps... And I'm not saying that it gets easier for any of us, but it's... I don't know. I don't see how we can't... Even though we try to maintain full consciousness of how deadly America has become with gun violence and whatever, car violence... It's hard to say that we haven't become desensitized, at least some, even those of us who really understand that we're nowhere near getting to a solution that's going to fucking make a difference, and we realize just how much more desperate the situation is getting, that it's really, we're already there, and it's only a matter of time before it's really some crazy events. And, you know... And it's not me just fucking pumping up fear. You guys know that. It's report after fucking report, day after day, year after year around here, right? And on that happy note, all right, you guys will see a lot more of me real soon. There's just no doubt about it. Rather that, well, you have the choice to turn me off or turn me on. So I appreciate you guys, all right? I will see you soon. Be good. Peace and love. TV2 out.